and welcome to today's SheerLuxe Middle East teen podcast, I'm going to say. I couldn't be happier to be joined today by Amrita Singh, SheerLuxe's fashion and content editor, and our newly appointed Tamara Jabi, SheerLuxe's editor-in-chief. I'm with the dream team. We've been slowly but surely trying to pull together the right team. We've been working together since last summer. We met you, Tamara, and you came on as a contributor.
Yeah.
And I remember being here in February and saying, Tamara, do you have a full-time job? I really think you should come work for SheerLuxe full-time.
I remember that conversation very well.
And here we are. I've been here for the last few days. Everywhere I go, all I hear is everyone raving about you two. I'm so excited for what we started.
I think since we launched last year, things have just gone from like 0 to 100 in a really short space of time. And
you're not the only one to say that, actually. A lot of people say that. I mean, every time I meet someone, they're like, oh my God, SheerLuxe is everywhere. SheerLuxe is amazing.
Yeah.
SheerLuxe is... So it's so nice to
I was having dinner with someone who I won't mention on the podcast, but she's quite a big deal in Dubai, and she said, you've come into the market aggressively but beautifully. And I was like, oh, I don't know if we'd be aggressive. I was like, maybe authentically. And she was like, yeah, okay, well, confidently. But we've had such a great response. We only launched the site in October.
I think actually a lot of this market was already following the UK
True.
SheerLuxe. And I think the excitement that having one here that was relative to everyone here, the excitement that it brought was like phenomenal.
And actually I remember doing our first focus group and everybody said, we're viewing your content. We love your content, but we can't shop your content anyway. And now they're all shopping your amazing fashion pics.
Especially Amrita, they're like so excited about
I know.
all her fashion.
They're like, Amrita, what are you posting next? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't have the time.
Don't know yet. Come back to me next week.
But it's all on SheerLuxe Middle East, guys.
Can we talk before we start about what you're wearing? This is you said it's vintage.
It is from a boutique called Nouvelle Vague. This woman, her name is Tatiana. She has an amazing boutique in Beirut, and all her vintage pieces are so beautiful.
And Amrita, this is just seriously cool.
I'm obsessed with this one brand. It's a homegrown label by Bugessa. Just
Keep
love
talking.
it. I love
Keep
it.
talking.
I love this.
I'm for listeners, I've run out of the room. Keep talking.
My jumpsuit is from Bugessa, and I'm just obsessed with the brand. I feel like it's very me, in the fact that it's minimal but really practical, and she does blazers and tailoring so beautifully. Oh,
how cute would that be?
That's a whole look.
Styling session by Georgie.
Should I just like
I
stand
know.
up?
If you're listening, not watching, you can watch on YouTube. And I just nipped into my dressing room and.
Okay, well, we'll just like hold this right
Isn't it
here.
cute?
I love that.
I love it.
Together.
I've
so
got the
nice.
bigger one in white, and then #gift. Oh, it's all go. That's our coffee. Anyway.
The shoes are Studio Amelia, which I actually picked up on sale at
come in.
the outlet mall.
Oh.
Yeah, I got them for like a real steal.
Do you normally find stuff at the outlet mall?
Sometimes, only at Priceless.
Okay, only at Priceless. Because my friend also has been to Priceless and has bought like beautiful gowns.
Yeah, like you get
for
Kate.
Like
You can
really.
get so many good
You
things.
get Kate there?
Kate, Totem.
Really? Thank you so much.
Oh my God,
Right.
like there are
Love the
so
wrap.
many incredible. Actually, I'll just put this here. We can just
Yeah,
pop
just
her
like-
up here because she is the moment. And I just love, I just love everything that Bugessa does. And sometimes you never know what you might find at the outlet mall.
Almond. Who was
Thank
that?
you so much. That's me. Thank you.
Coconut.
Thank you so much.
And one more for Eloise
Oh,
behind
we'll
the
do a coffee
camera.
cheers. Cheers to our first podcast together.
So, oh my God, I wish I drank coffee. It smells so blooming good.
Do you go to the outlet mall?
Okay?
I don't go. I've been once,
You can just leave that there.
and it was like years ago.
Oh no, they're expanding, and there's like a
they?
whole expansion for that concept store as well in the outlet mall.
Is there?
Oh, whoa, that's gonna be
Yes.
good.
Oh, we need to go
so
there and do
good.
some video content, ladies.
we
Maybe
do.
you two can go together and
Yeah, we should do that.
Make
We'd
some
be like,
magic.
what you find? And then Amrita can. Oh,
Sorry. No, I was going to say just the earrings.
oh yeah, I know. They're from a boutique in Georgia. I forget the brand name.
I know the one.
What's the brand name?
Natia? I've got
Yes, Natia Libo.
They don't need me. I can
Natia.
I can just leave them
Natia
just-
Lacco.
Yeah, something with an N and something with an L.
Yes,
Exactly.
I have a pair of like snake ones.
She has
like,
all the different animals. I have
so good.
I have the lizard, the elephant.
I love the dragon.
snake, the dragon. Like she has a bunch of cool ones.
beautiful.
Yeah, all from
Love.
Georgia.
So
The
good.
boutique is called Moore's Love in Georgia.
Yes. I've been there. It's so good.
It's so cool. The fashion in Georgia is amazing.
Heaven,
Unreal.
you see, I'm totally redundant. This was the point.
You know, Mac and Mac is from Georgia too.
Is it?
Oh, it's a Georgian brand.
Yes, it's a Georgian label.
They're so talented there.
Mac and Mac stock at Harvey Nicks, and sometimes they go on sale, and you get some really good.
I need to
finds.
shop with you.
Yeah, we went to Harvey Nichols. Amrita and I did a come shopping with me in Harvey Nichols. God, what day was it? It's a blur, Monday.
I think it was Monday. Yeah.
And we had fun. I got Amrita in a mini skirt. I got Amrita in a mini skirt and a little.
And this like poofy like jacket.
Who was the jacket?
It was
What's
Nina
that?
Ricci.
Nina Ricci, wasn't it?
And it was
looked
lilac.
sensational.
It was lilac.
It had a drop shoulder which kept her happy, but it was like Chanel sort of style tweed.
nice.
With big, really cool like hammered gold buttons. Anyway, check it out on our socials.
And there was also a pink
There she is.
dress.
Oh.
Can you imagine Amrita
Oh my
in
god,
that?
so chic.
It's good, right?
I feel like it's a
love
very like
that.
going out in Beirut look.
Do you wear mini skirts or?
Very rarely.
Very rarely, but you have great legs. You
Tights.
should.
No, I'm always like in tights or like pants or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Like I like to take a bit of a modest approach to fashion. For me, I think that
Fair.
I like
more
it.
is more is better. I agree.
I like it for the region too. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like there's a bit of relatability there where someone who's modest can potentially take some inspiration if they're looking for inspo from an outfit that I might be wearing, so they're not confined to like one look. There's a bit of variety there, maybe.
I do think that if you're going to wear a short skirt, I love it with a flat and something more covered up,
Yeah.
or vice versa. It's all about a bit of balance.
I
isn't it?
agree.
You're big on balance. Anyway, you look wonderful. Did we talk the shoe? Did we go through the
Talked
shoes?
about the shoes. There's Studio Emilia, which I picked up at the
I
outlet.
love Studio Emilia. I bought Studio Emilia in Harvey Nichols when I was here last year. It's a really nice brand, like quite well priced. Those are cute.
These are really fun.
They
I
look
got them
comfortable too, aren't they?
very
Good
comfy.
heel. Good heel.
Got them at
You look
Steele.
fab. You look absolutely fab. Can we just have a quick moment for this stunning hotel? It is an absolute triumph.
It's amazing.
The views. The views from
The
everywhere.
views are great. The location is amazing. The rooftop pool is next level.
The
The,
restaurants.
the location is amazing, isn't it? Very chic and it's very pretty and feminine, I feel. And God, it's really welcoming. I was saying yesterday, if you're all sort of en route to the Maldives or you're coming to Dubai for a trip or whatever it is, like come. I kind of struggle to think of anywhere I like quite as much as this right now.
Yeah.
And the roof is stunning. Riviera is stunning. The lobby has got the most stunning objet. But you mentioned the location. I mean, we're in Business Bay. You're about to move to Business Bay. You live in Business Bay. You're going to be neighbours. We're looking over Business Bay. It's quite up and coming, isn't it, this area? And it's such a good location.
It's amazing because also you have D3 next door where
Yeah.
all the offices and the brands are.
So close
You have
by.
Dubai Mall right here. Like it's the perfect location.
It's interesting. I was looking out the window. I went to the gym this morning. Quite pleased.
Well
with myself.
done.
I know. And I had this. Traveling quite a lot. It's really hard to fit fitness in.
Absolutely.
Like I sort of have learned not to drink too much and to try and sort of pick healthy options. But I do find the exercise thing really quite tricky because
For
I'm
sure.
so busy all day and then
And you have late nights as well.
I get back late and I do my emails. We called it a day at 11:15 last
Yeah.
night, and then I'm still on my emails like 2 o'clock. But
Yeah.
anyway, I managed to get up and go to the gym here,
Well
and I was
done.
working out overlooking Business Bay, and I could see there are still a few places left for some construction. It's not, there's
Oh,
some
it's all
space,
happening
isn't there?
still.
Yeah.
Like there are
Yeah.
buildings going up all the time.
When does it stop in Dubai? When
Never.
do they run out of?
Honestly, it never does.
Elaine
Stop.
wrote some notes. So Elaine, our managing editor of Middle East, who's sadly not here this trip. We miss you, Elaine. We really miss her, don't we, Eloise? Yeah.
I do too.
She wrote some questions and she said, could we talk about, what does she call them? Flying taxis.
I haven't heard about
Yeah,
these.
like the Dubai residents haven't heard about it, but I
Yeah.
feel like
Have you been to Museum of the Future?
no, I haven't even been to the Museum of the Future.
we couldn't get tickets for the first
Yeah, in the
like,
beginning you
6
couldn't,
months
but
to
now
nothing.
now you
Now
can.
you can.
It is so...
I love how other people are telling us about it. It's amazing.
Okay, it is so good. I came to Dubai in New Year with my family and we went to the Museum of the Future. It's split into sort of 6 sections. So the first one is space. The second one is almost like what a modern spa would look like, with like sound healing and stuff.
So cool.
Then there's one on, anyway, it's really clever because it's sort of got pace. So you get through it. But one of them has got what Dubai looks like with flying taxis and it's wild. So it's sort of 3D and you walk in and you see all these sort of, they look like mini helicopters almost.
amazing.
And there are charging stations in the sky. So think of like, I'm looking at one of these really tall, think of like the Burj and you just
Right.
sort of you just sort of stick on, get some charge, and off you go.
I honestly don't take it past Dubai. Like they would totally do this.
They probably do it, but
they would
I definitely feel like this is all stuff that people have come to the museum, they've seen it, and then they go back to the UK or something like, you know what, they've got flying.
They've already got it. It's happening.
Not yet, but I have to say, they look pretty epic in museum future. And you need to go, ladies.
We need to go. I know.
Maybe we'll do a vlog.
I really wanted today just to hear, this is your first podcast together, the start of lots together. I really wanted to hear a little bit about your backgrounds. Can you give us a kind of summary? Like, for example, I know you studied broadcasting. The first time I met you, I was like, she's an amazing broadcaster. Aww. You have been a personal stylist as well. You worked in fashion. Can you just give us a quick overview of your backgrounds?
Born and raised in London, lived there for 30 years of my life, studied fashion, worked in fashion PR for a bit. Then I worked in a corporate environment, which actually changed the way that I looked at how I dress myself, because it was very man heavy in that environment. And then I quit and got married, and Rav was like, you need to find a job. So I went and worked at Harrods because I was bored, and I loved it. I loved it so much. And then we moved here, and it was kind of like, oh, actually, now I can get back into something I love. And I used to write a lot. I used to write a blog. It was an underground music blog.
Music?
Yeah, it was actually really cool. It was all like drum bass. And
love it. We were saying I used to love drum bass.
Now I can't listen to it anymore.
No, I can't either.
My ears are too
such
old.
an interesting
Adam
thing.
F.
Wow.
Loved a bit of Adam F. I mean, that's showing my age.
Find these punk bands and do an interview or something with them. And
Here?
No, back in way back when WordPress and coding was a thing. So I'd code my own WordPress.
So cool.
Now I feel like I've forgotten all of it, and I feel like I was a lot more, I don't know, excited about writing back then, and now I'm able to do it all over again. I love everything that I do.
So you came to Dubai, you got married, you got a job at Harrods.
Left literally 3 or 4 years later, came to Dubai and managed to land a job as a features editor, and I was like, this is exactly what I can imagine myself doing, is writing, doing something I'm passionate about. And I worked there for 6 years at abouther.com. Which was under a Saudi publishing umbrella, and then Rani, who is from Frame,
Who was on our podcast.
I think she is phenomenal.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
One of the best agencies ever in the
what
world.
she's created is,
Yeah.
and she's just sold. It's just been acquired, hasn't it? By
this is
Together
huge.
Group. It's amazing.
This is
Congratulations,
amazing.
Ronnie.
So
Yeah.
major.
She's amazing.
Her client list is off the
And her
charts.
team.
Her team are
lovely.
excellent. Yeah.
She picks the best people, and I feel like I've never had any issues. It's always been seamless with her agency. And anyway, she called me one day and she was like, hey, do you want to meet SheerLuxe? And I'm like, talk about what exactly? And she was like, no, just go. I've set you up a meeting, go. And I'm like, right, okay. And
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie. Elaine and I don't know if I said this before. If I said this before, Elaine and I were sitting there for coffee, and sometimes I'm with Elaine and I get a bit carried away, and she'll be looking at me and she's like, just shush, Georgie, we need to discuss this first. Elaine, you are just the best. There was a big love fest going on for Elaine last night, because Sam Safavi, who was in our Leading Lady series, came and met us, and she was great friends with Elaine back in the day when Elaine was here, and we were all like, when Eloise was saying, when Elaine speaks, you listen.
Yeah.
And sometimes she doesn't speak, she just looks at me and is like, with these eyes. She looks at me with these eyes, and I'm like, okay, zip. And I looked at her and she's like, I was like, Amrita, do you want a job?
Okay.
On the spot. And here we are. So thank you to Ronnie. Tamara, give us your version.
So, yeah, I mean, I grew up in Dubai. I was born in New York for a hot minute, and then I grew up in Dubai. I went to university in Montreal. I studied broadcast journalism, which was really cool because...
So cool that you did that.
And to be in Canada at the time when I didn't know anyone, and I was fresh off the boat, and I had to carry this huge camera around. Not like Eloise's beautiful little cameras. They were massive, and I had to rent it out, do interviews on the street. So that was amazing because it built up my confidence so much, because I just had to go and interview people and do things on the street, which was really cool. Moved back to Dubai. Straight off the bat, at 21, I started working as an intern at Dior. And then I grew from there to become PR manager. So I was there for 7 years. It was an amazing experience because obviously Dior is an incredible brand. It's the #1 LVMH brand. So you're thrown into this.
It's amazing that, isn't it? I think a lot of people don't know that it is the number one
LVMH
globally.
Brand. Yeah. And you have to consistently be #1. That's something that people don't know as well. When you're in the job, you have to be #1, and being #1 in the PR team means you have to be number one across all the coverage. You have to be number one everywhere and all across all titles. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of corporate politics. It's a lot of amazing experiences as well. Like you get to travel the world. You get to do all these amazing experiences.
And great training, right?
And
I think having some exposure
Yeah.
to a corporate or a big business is a really, I started SheerLuxe when I was really young, but I did for a minute work at Coty, the beauty company, and actually I learned a lot about what I did like and didn't like about the way they operated. But I do think that kind of training is really, really useful in life to experience it at some point.
And you're interacting with different departments, different teams, so you're really learning from a lot of different areas. It's a very 360 experience, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Amazing team as well. So like you're in this like whirlwind of a ride, and it was all of my 20s essentially. So it was super great to learn from. But then obviously SheerLuxe, when we met last summer, I was like, this is so cool. I was already following SheerLuxe from before. So it was like always on my TikTok. It was always on my For You page. And I started following you guys. I fell in love with the team. I fell in love with the whole idea. So relatable, so digestible. And I was like, this is an amazing thing. And then we met.
Thank you, Bridie.
Thanks, Bridie.
Thank you, Bridie.
Bridie's like my champion. Like
she is the queen,
Bridie has like
isn't
guided
she?
me throughout my whole life. She's my ex-boss at Dior, who introduced me to Georgie and the team. And you were like, let's start as a contributing editor. I was like, yeah, that's amazing. I love it. And I fell in love with doing the content and doing everything. I was like, this is so great. And then now we're here.
And then I came out for a big launch, which I'm not talking about now because I'm sitting in the most glorious Lager Hotel. But I came out for a big launch, and Tamara came along, and I was like, freaking hell, that girl is good, and she's a great broadcaster and has a great ethic. And anyway, and here we are. And honestly, everywhere I go, all people do is rave about both of you, and it is just such a joy to be working. It makes me really emotional. Anyway, don't cry, but it's really, couldn't be more excited for what's to come. Can I do a quick show and tell?
Oh my God, yes,
what did you get?
Sunsilo, we went yesterday to the pop-up at the Upside.
Fab.
And this is the most stunning swimwear brand. She does these like two pieces that are like a top and then a sort of skirt, which, I mean, if you're like, Giselle or something, I mean, unreal. I'm thinking I'm a bit past that, but
I love that yellow.
Talk about this colour yellow.
How fun.
Amazing.
It is
with
just
jewellery, that's gonna look insane.
on you, that colour. Isn't it?
Is this
beautiful?
swimwear?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Stop.
I know. And
This
look at the
is
pants.
The
Look at
fabric.
that.
Oh, I
is
love the
amazing.
ruching.
That's
so
very
nice.
cute.
That's gonna look so nice on.
Check out this brand, everybody. It's called Sunsilo.
On you, that would look great.
Yeah, this is so
Isn't it a nice colour?
I
There's a
love
blue as well that's like, it's like got this shimmer to it.
That's what I like about it. It's like shiny.
It's evening. It's
Yeah.
evening
Yeah.
wear.
Anyway,
that.
It's giving
slightly
nighttime.
sidetracked there by me. I just was looking in the mirror to check that my top hadn't ballooned, and Eloise just told me off. So anyway, back to Shah Wellness.
Yeah. Have you guys been to
No.
I haven't either, but I have seen
Sorry.
it. It's like a wellness spa.
Yeah, you went.
No, but I mean in Spain, where it's
Oh,
originally
no.
from. You get immersed in this universe where you're eating amazing food, like by these Michelin star chefs, and you're in this wellness program, and they test you. They do blood
So
tests.
it's a wellness destination for
Exactly.
people that don't know Shah.
Oh right, yeah.
It tell us what it is.
It's essentially a wellness destination, and what it is for the Emirates is a wellness island. So they are going to have the world's first ever wellness living island. So it's called Shah Emirates.
Sounds amazing.
Just off the coast of between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. It's insane. It's in Al Jurf, and they're going to have residences, and the residents will have access to the facilities. So you'll have personal trainers, you'll have personal chefs, you'll have the medical staff at your fingertips at any point in
It
time.
just looks
the dream.
Insane. It's insane.
And how long do you go for? Is there like an optimum amount of time?
So for Shah Wellness like experiences, I think they have one in Spain. They have it globally. They have it all over the world. You can go for, I think you can choose between like a 4-day trip or like a week-long trip. You can decide. It's like a hotel.
Is it open yet?
It's not open yet.
When
It's
is it
opening in
open?
2025.
Can you talk me through what else is new and noteworthy for May? I mean, we just had this amazing pop-up at the Upside. Sadly, it's over, but there will be lots of content coming out. Some of the brands that were there. Nissa,
Love.
who's also coming out on one of our podcasts.
Yep.
Her blazers. You looked amazing in the grey.
I loved it. I loved it so much. She's got a brilliant price point. I love a big shoulder. I love something that kind of takes up space, it's oversized. And it was perfect, and it's great on petites as well because the lengths aren't too long. I find that like when you're little, you end up having your blazer's always too long, and I think this is the perfect length, and it's got the perfect big shoulder. It's giving
so nice.
It's giving Saint Laurent.
Yeah,
So
it really
that
is.
was her inspiration. I think
Yeah.
she mentioned that it was very much Saint Laurent.
It's a pinstripe one,
And
is
she's
really
lovely.
Nice. She's
Oh,
lovely.
she's amazing.
She's
absolutely great.
incredible.
So sadly that pop-up is over, but anyway, there'll be lots of content coming out with the brands that were featured there, Sunsillo being one of them as well. And Philo glasses.
You guys got some amazing
Yeah,
pairs.
I
I loved
know.
your
So
hers
cool.
is so cool.
So
Oh,
Like,
I haven't seen yours.
Yeah.
she's got like
Anyway.
this red tint.
Very
Let's
cool.
see,
cat eye.
chuck them
They're
over.
so good.
So this is a sunglasses brand from the region. It's called Philo.
I think it's Philo.
Philo, and his range is in Oh, they're so cool.
So cool.
They're so edgy. They also have a yellow tint version.
They're really
but
cool.
I love
No,
them.
the red is fine.
They're
They
amazing.
suit Amrita actually really well. Do you want to try them on?
Shall we?
But the people that's worn his glasses, like Hadid,
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce,
Beyonce,
Rihanna. Oh, yeah.
Look how cool they look on you.
You too.
Well, I guess I have
Um,
to go and order one now.
Can we talk about other things on your radar, brands, whether it's, you know, how we got, I feel like beauty, wellness. Can we talk actually for a moment about your side hustle, which is teaching classes? You are like a fitness queen. You teach.
Oh my god, hardly, but yeah.
You were teaching a HIIT class.
Yeah,
last
I
night.
teach. Yeah, exactly.
What's your regime?
So obviously I moved to Sunday Riley, which is a fully remote job. And because I have a fully remote job, I went from going like 3 launches a month to now like 2 launches a year. I've had a lot more free time, which is amazing. So in that free time, I got certified to be a group fitness instructor. So I teach at a gym called Bear once a week. So it's a HIIT class. And then now I'm also getting certified to be a bar Pilates instructor. So I do that as well. And I just love working out. It's always been embedded in my DNA.
Oh, I've got a deal for you.
Ooh.
We go shopping, I style you, and you can like
Yes,
work me out.
I
How
would
about
love that. I would love
Oh,
that.
I
Well,
love
we'll do-
that.
we'll do
I would love
classes.
that.
I'll
Can
do
we
your
film it
classes.
all, please, as
Yeah,
well?
exactly.
I'll do your
We could
classes.
like a day.
And then,
Yes, I would
alright.
love that.
That's
Good
so
deal.
cool. I
Yeah.
love that too.
It's
Can I
so
come?
fun.
yeah.
But yeah, so I like to mix it up. So HIIT, Pilates,
How many
bar.
times do you work out a week?
I work out minimum of 3 times, but most of the time it's like 4 to 5 times.
You're
a
like
week.
super fit, right?
I mean, I do love to eat though. Cardio-wise, endurance-wise, yes, but I still love to indulge.
Wow.
too. Yeah.
Quite right.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah,
right.
me
I
too.
mean,
I still like to, like,
Yeah.
you know, I enjoy life, but I do love to work out.
Like I only
It's
work out
movement
to
for me is everything. Like I need to move at least once a day. If it's not a class, I'm moving. Like I need to move.
do you go to the gym?
No, I don't ever go to just the gym. I do only classes. And that's it's a blessing and a curse because for the most part, I mean, if you have to find a class, then you have to stick to their timeline, their agenda. But I much prefer being in a class environment. I love working out with friends. I always say this, working out is my love language. Like I love working out with people. So if I haven't seen someone in a long time and they're like, oh, we should meet up, you know, you're always like, oh, we should meet up. And it's like, yeah, we should. And we never actually do. I tell them, okay, there's a HIIT class or there's a
I
Pilates
love that.
class or
I
there's
love
a yoga
that.
class happening at 9 a.m. on this day. Like, let's go together.
Yeah.
And then we just commit to it and it's amazing. And we have a coffee after. So
I just saw, so I know your boyfriend, who you've been together with for
Yes.
years,
Yeah.
has just moved back
yes, I'm so
to
happy.
Dubai from the UK. Where
From the
he-
UK,
he
from
from-
Manchester.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And do you work out together with him? I'm
So-
sure you took him to a class recently.
100%. Like we talk about this when we were FaceTiming, when we were doing long distance all the time. It's so nice to find a partner that likes the same things that you like.
Yeah.
We like the same things. We like to eat healthy. We like the same things. So it's so nice. I love it.
I feel like you're so,
So
cute
nice.
together. And you and your husband are so cute together.
Yeah.
he is so fashion, but we don't work out together. He will do.
He actually messaged me, can I just say? He messaged me about my set.
about your Alamaze shirt.
About my Elevate
Amazing.
set. I love that Rav Amrita's husband messaged me on Instagram.
That's so
He's
cool.
like,
He's into
I need
fashion.
Amrita to buy that so I can borrow it.
I love
It's
it.
So mine, Rav.
I have
love
an Alamaze shirt that I actually got from, I'm pretty sure it's from like a vintage pop-up as well.
Nice.
In Al Sacal, and it has fruits on it. It's this oversized linen shirt with fruits on it, and because it's so big, he borrows it, and it looks so good on him.
I love that.
I love that. I mean, we
love
borrow
it.
from the boys.
Yeah.
I go around. Yeah, I love
Very
that.
cool.
His wardrobe is better than mine because he's really he's into paddle and he plays like 100 times a week.
That's amazing.
And like, I'm just like, I don't even know, I lose count. And he is looking really good and he loves fashion right now. And one of the things that he bought recently was like this pleated kilt. And I was like,
Stop.
where are
Did
you?
he
He
actually?
I love
did.
that he does that.
And he's like covered in tattoos under his like. I mean, like outside of his day job, he's like covered in tattoos, and he's
so cool.
He just lives.
He's got a really
for it.
cool vibe.
He's got such a cool vibe.
Well, when we launch our man in the region, which
Oh my God.
we need to do.
Shoot our men.
That is going to be a game changer. We have
Yeah.
a lot of cool guys here.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
we need to get that one step at a time. But I really feel like
We're so excited.
There's a place. But you work out a lot.
I do try and go 3 times a week when I'm not like overloaded with events and work and deadlines, everything. It's a lot.
It's hard to fit it in, isn't
I
it?
try my best, but before I used to love classes, and I still love them. It's just about getting out and getting to them and committing.
It's the
know.
timing,
Yeah.
right? Like you have to commit to their timing.
Yeah.
We have class pass here.
We
Yeah,
do,
we
and
do.
I use it, and it's amazing.
Shall we do a spin together?
We should. Oh my God! You know, there's amazing spin studios.
I love spin.
Where do you-
so much.
where do you like to go?
I used to go to Fit and Glam, but I'm happy to
Oh my
go.
God! There's a few great ones.
And
There's
let's go to
Motion Cycling Studio, which is
Is it close
incredible.
by?
It's right here.
Let's
It's
go.
literally probably.
Can you
so-
do some like fitness styling for class?
Yes, I would love that.
I love that. I love
That
that.
would be amazing.
Like,
oh my
like
God,
matching
yes.
sets.
We were
Like,
saying actually
SheerLuxe
last
tea.
night that Kayani, which we're huge fans of, this amazing new athleisure fitness wear brand from Saudi. It's been produced by PIF, the Public Investment Fund. It's phenomenal. It's the new gold standard in how you launch a brand, if you ask me. And we were just saying last night actually that I'd love to see Amrita style it, because a lot of people are wearing it for the gym and stuff, and they're wearing it with the buyers, and you know, it's doing really well in Saudi. But I'd also love to see it in a sort of, you know, in a slightly more fashion setting as well. I think you would do something
Maybe both
really
of us
cool.
could, because she's actually like a whole coach.
We need to make this happen. We need to make this happen. Can we talk about fashion? Can we ask you what your most asked fashion questions are? You often do your Q&As.
Yeah.
The plan is for us to work on some live shopping events.
That's
So I
gonna
would
be
really
amazing.
love us to
Yeah.
put that in plan. We do live shopping events in the UK, but we also do it online in the UK.
That's it.
So
Bankrupt all of us.
the first Monday of every month, we have live shopping online in the UK. So I think the plan is to do that in Dubai.
Amazing.
So we need to make that happen. Yeah. What are your most asked
Oh,
questions?
God.
You quite often do Q&As. What are people always asking you?
Capsule wardrobe. Like, if you could have like 10 pieces in your wardrobe, what would they be? I'm petite.
This?
Yeah.
This and only
would
this.
definitely be one
I
of them
love this
now.
so much.
I'm obsessed.
It's so nice.
Oh, where is this from? A lot of the time,
Where is this from?
Where is-
Common question.
they're like, oh, where is that video that you did with the rope belt?
Oh, that
my
was such a good video. I love that
God.
video. I love your styling videos.
When-
They're so nice.
That one went insane.
That was huge. I had so many views on TikTok.
It was I was inspired by Proenza Skula, and I'd seen, you know, Tamara
Kananichi.
She's fab.
Is that how you pronounce
I
her
don't know
name?
how to pronounce her last name.
Tamara, I love her.
She's great.
She lives in Europe, doesn't she?
Yes, in Milan. Yeah, she was wearing a rope belt
Yeah.
at the Proenza Skula show, and I was like, oh, okay, I like that. I managed to find one, and I was like, let's
Where was it from, that rope belt?
Massimo.
Oh, good
And
old
then
Massimo.
COS did it too. I think so many other high street brands are doing it, and
There
it's
you
fab.
That's so
You
good.
can get them.
It says here what's okay to buy on the high street. I mean, loads, right? But any tips for shopping high street?
I'm like, let's look at Amrita.
Actually, I feel like on the high street, there's a lot of trend happening. And for me, I'm not very trend focused. I like classics. I like things that are minimal and clean. And Georgie's like, step out of your comfort zone.
I said, I'm here in Harvey Nichols. I was like, I'm here to take you out of your comfort zone.
That mini skirt.
But there are like so many different things happening there, and there's so many trends. And I think actually a question that I get from people is like, oh, well, what's classic and what will look good on me? And, you know, and I think your signature is something that speaks to you and what you like. And there's so much out there that you can kind of take inspiration from and make it your own, rather than trying to copy paste a whole look from somebody else. And I think, you know, if it's color and print that you love, it's out there. Go and get it. There are so many pieces, even at COS, and COS is usually quite minimal and neutral, but they've got some great prints at the moment.
You are the COS girl. You're the ultimate.
Yeah.
COS girl.
COS.
She gets us
100%.
all into COS.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm wearing COS.
And the amount of
Yeah,
people that have said that if they were inspired by Amrita's
On the
COS
COS hall.
COS halls.
It's
Yeah.
it's such a great place because they're doing really kind of luxe silhouettes.
Yeah, it's
but
the silhouettes
at
that
a
are
really affordable.
And we're in that kind of really understated era, aren't we? Quite luxury, so you know,
Yeah.
it's all working at
It's
COS.
all-
Anyway, we're not sponsored by COS.
No.
Can we just have a quick moment for where you are going?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
So exciting.
Yeah.
It's such an incredible resort. I've seen it online.
So you're going to the Red
Sea Fashion Week, and it's the inaugural one, so it's debuting.
Mega.
Lots of cool resort wear happening over there. There's some activities. There are some events every evening.
It's at the St. Regis, which looks insane.
Heavenly.
Have you been to Saudi before?
No, never. First
So
time
we had the most amazing, for tomorrow, we had an amazing week in Jeddah. This time 2 weeks ago, we were in Jeddah, and it was just, I have fallen for Saudi. I think it's an amazing place. What is happening there is incredible. Anyway, poor Tamara had food poisoning, came over for our dinner.
God. From Dubai, yeah. Oh, it was awful. But I will say that I felt so much better leaving. So I think it was the SheerLuxe energy that I was
you rallied.
I'm like,
rejuvenated.
You rallied, but it was really cool. Jeddah is on the Red Sea. Jeddah is a vibe.
Oh, it's crazy. And the people there are incredible. The women that we met, like...
It's just so... It's so unexpected for me. I think the preconceptions that people have about Saudi, and then you go to Jeddah. And anyway, I'm like a stuck record, but I can't encourage people to go more. Riyadh is sort of where the business happens.
Yeah.
Jeddah is where quite a lot of the talent live, and quite a lot of people choose to live in Jeddah, and then they travel back and forth to Riyadh for work. But you're going a bit further up from that, but it just looks. Maldives, you're great, but
I feel like this is going to be the next Maldives. And every, I think, collection there is going to be a resort wear collection.
So nice.
Incredible.
Yeah,
They've got all these wooden jetties, and I was like, I wonder if they'll do a show at night, lit up with all the models walking down the wooden jetties.
Cool.
And then there was like this staircase inside, and I was like, that would be an amazing runway too. You're going to have an absolute blast.
I'm also feeling like the pressure of like being able to get great content for you guys, for our audiences to really indulge in.
It'll come naturally. I feel like every
Well,
moment.
yeah, just go and enjoy it, and we're going to live vicariously.
100%. I'm like,
Tamara, what travel plans do you have coming up?
Because
It's getting hot in Dubai.
it's getting so warm, but because my boyfriend just moved to Dubai, we're kind of furnishing the apartment right now, focusing on that, but definitely want to do Beirut this summer. Visit some family. We don't have any concrete plans because normally I'm like very type A. We plan in advance. I have a full itinerary.
Yeah.
And then this summer I'm winging it.
So does that mean you're going to be here? Do you think in July?
I don't know. I don't want to admit to that because that's really... I don't usually spend
Well,
summers at
come
Dubai.
to London. I would love you both to come and hang out in the
Yeah.
office, get to know the team
I'd
in
love that.
London a bit more, and
I'm coming to London end of July.
oh, great.
Amazing.
So I'll be there at the end and then also at the beginning of August because I'm nipping to Vienna for a wedding.
What are you going to a wedding in?
Wow, it's a
Vienna?
big fat Indian wedding.
Is
Oh
it?
my God, I
It's
love
gonna
that.
be insane. I have a PDF from the bride, who is I grew up with her. She's amazing.
That is going to be
That's
you.
going to be me.
I have a PDF,
PDF.
telling people what to
100%.
wear
Oh,
on every
wow.
single day.
Oh, wow.
That's not
Look at
even
that
the
one, baby.
invitation. That's not even
Oh
the
my God, do you need
invitation.
someone to carry your bags? I'd like to go.
Yeah,
I've
would
never
you
been to
happen
an Indian wedding.
to... Are you in the Sangeet?
Everything. Like we're literally going to be at every event. So
That's
it's
so
3
nice.
events. There's the Sangeet, there's the wedding, and then there's the reception. And this friend of mine, she is extra, and I love it.
Oh my God, that's so
She's
fun.
just
The last Indian wedding you went to in London, Amrita had gold foil in her hair. It was just
so
It was
cool.
so cool. You've had a massive year of weddings.
So many weddings and so many to come. Like I have 3 very, 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 very close friends that are recently engaged, like just engaged, and they're all having destination weddings and they're all coming up. So that's another thing. Like this summer, we're gonna wing it because we have so many upcoming weddings. Q4, I still speak like in corporate language, Q4 2024, and next year, beginning
be
of
out
next
there
year.
catching the bouquet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Catch all
Yeah.
of them.
And so one of them is an Indian wedding, so Indian Egyptian wedding.
And can we have some tips? Because there'll be people in the UK listening as well with weddings. Tips for dressing for weddings, for summer events. What are your tips?
Well, actually, if you go on SheerLuxe Middle East, we just did like 5 wedding guest looks, and they are fab. Like there was a really cool set from Zimmerman. It's this really beautiful khaki, like tiered skirt with a little crop top and like big gold earrings. And I think a vibe like that is always really fun in the summer. I feel like gowns can be sometimes a bit restrictive. And I think if it's something that's quite like
flowy. Yeah.
Like gives you some movement, you know.
Yeah, boutiques I feel like a lot of boutiques in Beirut have amazing,
such good pieces.
wedding dress, wedding dress options. But honestly, Unas is my go-to sometimes.
And a toile these days. Shout out for a toile. They've got a great edit.
Really nice.
I also really think still be you. Don't try and be anyone else. I
Yeah.
feel like people think, okay, wedding, I have to have this look. And, you know, in the UK, we have the races and they're like, oh, I've got to have this look. I really think be true to you. You know, you might be dressing up a bit more. You might be, you know, you might be someone who's more boho. You don't have to jettison your own personal style.
Yeah.
Stick to that and elevate it, and you will feel appropriate. Because I think the rules are kind of anything goes these days.
Yeah.
So just be true to you, and you'll feel good.
And you feel comfortable in it, because if you feel like you're just, you know, not comfortable, it's going to show. Like Nissa said this on the podcast. And it was so true. I totally believe it. Like if you're comfortable when you wear an outfit, you feel confident and you're ready to.
I agree. Wait, what are the rules on wearing white to a wedding?
No.
Oh
it's a
no.
Is that a
I'm like, that's.
It's a no. If you want to be friends with the bride afterwards,
Oh my god! And when
I'd say no.
And when I see people wearing white, I'm like shocked, and I'm like, this is terrible.
I mean, I've got anxiety of people talking about you in the loos. Can't
you know,
do that.
like at an Indian wedding,
Well, that's different.
you always know who the bride is. So even
She's
if
wearing red, isn't
she's
she?
most of the time, but now anything
Anything
the colour
goes.
goes.
Okay, I need to go to an Indian
You
wedding.
have to.
Really
It's
do.
insane.
I'll
Actually,
speak to my friend and be like,
Okay,
can Georgie
yes,
come to
please.
Vienna, please?
Yes, please. Ladies, I'm so comfortable talking comfort, sitting here talking to you. Time has flown. I know everyone has a busy day. I adore you both. I am so excited for what's to come. Thank you for today. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed that, then do please rate, review, tell your friends to listen to. And these two will be back very soon. Without me, I'm going to hand
just be
over the
us two.
podcast to Sebastian.
on for hours.
And anyway, you are wonderful. Love you both. And that's it. Bye bye. See you soon.